Can you see the disaster right there behind me? Look at the color. It's no longer blue, it is green, right? When you think of a swimming pool, you think of this crystal blue water, the kids splashing, having fun. But here in this video, I'm here to cover some less glamorous aspects of having your own pool. That means maintenance and cost. How much does it cost? Because here we have numerous issues with this pool. So let's dive a bit into the details of what's going on here and how much it's going to cost for us to fix it. So hello everyone, I'm Anne, the little Frenchie in Big Texas, and welcome to my backyard here and my pool. So this pool is about 20 years old. So it is not new, and it is the original pool in original equipment. So a lot of wear and tears, as you can imagine, in 20 years. So what went wrong here? And let me turn you over so that you better see the color and what's going on in the pool. It's pretty big here, huh? When you turn it over. So first, when you own a pool, you need to maintain it like weekly, at least a weekly maintenance. So either you do it yourself or you hire a company. And it means brushing it, of course, the water needs to run, and put a lot of chemicals. And right now the chemicals are not cheap. So if you take a company, you're looking probably about $200 a month, roughly. And here I'm talking of the prices in Texas, Houston area. So it's extremely hot and a lot of sun. And that is not good for the chemicals. So you probably need to put additionals here in that area. So one of the issues we had is we subcontracted the regular maintenance upkeep of the pool, and unfortunately the person did not use enough chemicals. So we started having these allergies here that used to go and would not disappear. So as you can see here, we have some black allergies, which are the worst and extremely hard to get rid of. You've got some more over there, if you can see. So that is a big issue. So that is our number one issue. Let me go in the shade, it's just way too hot here, and turn you back to me. Second issue here is the pool just stopped working. You need regular flow of water and filtration, and it stopped. So here, after having a few contractor coming over to inspect, and I can do a full video on contractors here, a nightmare. But we understood what was wrong, and that's the electrical panel over there that needs to be changed. So let me show you the panel and give you also an estimate of the costs. So this is the side of the house and the original equipment. So you have the heater, it's a heating pool, so you've got the pump, the whole filtration system here, and as you can see, it is the original equipment. But so far it was working good, except for that box here, which is the electrical box. So it's pretty rusty, but it doesn't mean much, it's just the outside. But apparently what quit is the circuit, which is right behind. So you need to unscrew it, and there's a pretty complex circuit board, lots of electronics behind, and that is what quit. And can you guess how much roughly? Because we had a few contractors between the ones not showing up, the ones but we had a few, and it's roughly going to be about $2,000 more or less to fix not the whole box here, just the electrical circuit board. But unfortunately we have to do it, because without this circuit board there is no water running and no filtration. And this is what you see. Normally there are jets, including here, as you can see on the little beach, you have 2 jets, and you have numerous all around the pool, pushing the water for filtration up to this opening here and the one over there, and it circulates the water. Right now it's been 5 days with no water circulation, and here is what you get: a disaster. So in addition to this, we had an additional little helper, I would say, for the pool, which is a little robot, very handy, that can just go and pretty much a vacuum cleaner for a pool. We had it for about a year, a very nice little machine, but it stopped working about 2 weeks ago. So really bad timing, you know, when something happens, it's not just one thing, it adds up. So it stopped working about 2 weeks ago, and thank God it was under warranty here. So took it to the pool place. It took them a week to diagnose that it was the motor, but given it's under warranty, it will be replaced. So that is good. We're just waiting to get it. And anyway, in that shape, it's just too much for the little robot to handle. So we need to fix the filtration system as app. But to give you an idea, the little robot at the pool place, we're talking about $1,500 for a new one. And they don't last that long. The last ones we had lasted 2 years max. They are not the same quality as they used to be, and they don't last as long, unfortunately. So it adds up as well, huh? So this is for, I would say, restarting and cleaning the pool, plus of course all the chemicals we're gonna have to put in here to clean it. The filtration system is gonna get all the dirt away from the top, but then we need to get rid of all this greenish color, and that means shocking the pool, and chemicals right now are pretty expensive. A box, the big box of, I would say 50 pounds of chlorine, it's probably about $500. So we're not gonna just put the whole box in there, but quite a bit. And if you ask a professional to clean the pool, the quotes I've had can go anywhere from $400 to over $1,000 at this point, with the filtration system running, right? But here we have another issue. Yes, one more. Let me show you, because I think it shows better in the little shallow area. So that pool is 20 years old. So yeah, here you see all the black allergies. It's pretty obvious, right? When you see it here, that is bad. And that's gonna take a lot of shock to clean it. But what I want to show you is not really the allergy, is this here. Look at that. We got it everywhere. You see it? All these whitish spots. The plaster is coming out. And it's coming out in numerous places. Here you see it, because it's the shallow area, but look, all along here on the 2 steps, it's coming out, and it's the same pretty much everywhere in the pool. Yeah, you see a whiter spot. Every time you've got a whiter spot, it means that plaster is getting out. So what does it mean here? That pool needs to be replastered. And just you can imagine the job here. It means emptying the whole pool, taking out the plaster and putting out a new one. And depending on what kind of plaster you choose, the price vary. But let me show you here to give you an idea of the price. So you can do just the plaster here, or you can replace all the tiles that go around the pool. So you can do both or just one. Let me show you the samples and let's talk about price here. So I had a few contractors come over and give me some samples. So for the plaster, here I have 2 sets of options plus the white one, just a plain white, some quartz or some pebbles. So just for the plastering, if we do, I would say from the cheapest being the white is probably for this pool about $7,000, and it goes up by $1,000, $1,500 depending on what you get. So this one here is probably the most expensive, and it's probably about $9,000 for the pool, depending on the contractors, of course. So you can have one at $8,000, but it's a rough price for just the plaster. Then if you want to do the tile, as you can see, I have some fancy ones here, or some plain 6x6 ones. So here again is going to depend on the nature of the tile and the contractor. This one being probably $1,500 more than this one, but we're roughly, to replace the tile, we're talking about $3,000 to $5,000, rough estimate. So it adds up, huh? If you want to do the plastering and the tiles, cheapest one is probably going to be about $10K, and it can go up to $15. Pretty easy to have a new pool, but still with the old mechanical equipment, huh? So here, looking at that pool, our tile is not that bad. So I think we're just gonna have to clean it, which comes an additional cost, but much less than replacing it. And then we have to replaster that pool. I mean, unless we decide to just get rid of it and fill it up with dirt and have a garden here. But aside from that, we can keep it as is. It has to be replastered. So We're looking at the options here, both in terms of material and contractors, to potentially replaster it. We're gonna have to fix the pump, I mean the electrical component, and get the water flowing anyway before we even get the work started. But this is just to give you an idea of trouble you can have with a pool. And as I said, I'm passing on all the contractors that either did not show up a day later, 3 hours later, give you sometimes an estimate, other times they're going to email you, but they don't. Some of them actually took measurements of the pool, others did not. And here, given we're talking about a $10,000 job, more or less, I mean, it's a big pool to replaster or retile. I would expect them to take measurement before sending an estimate. So actually it narrows down to just one contractor who showed up on time, took measurement, explained the whole process and the additional trouble we could get into. So that looked like the most honest one, but who knows. So just sharing with you the trouble here, and also just sharing so that in case you are thinking of getting a full pool, you know what you're getting into. Because having a new one made here, brand new, we're talking probably $50,000 here, with all the new equipment, new pool, nice heating system and so on. Is not cheap, but it also adds value to your house. So it's right now it just needs to be fixed, unfortunately, and it's 20 years old. I mean, it's we enjoyed it a lot. The girls knew how to swim when they were 6 in this pool, and I do use it constantly as well. It's a luxury. There's no other word to it. It's a luxury. But here you go. So I will keep you posted here on the progress. We have not completely chosen the contractor yet, and we still have to fix the electrical panel, as I said, first. So let's see once we chose it, how long it's going to take, when are they going to show up, and so on. It's a whole adventure when you talk contractors here. So I hope you found this useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Thank you all for watching.